Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to my video for The Flash. This is Season 2, Episode 6, and it is entitled Enter Zoom. And, alright, guys, this episode, throughout the whole entire episode, I was like, well, it's another, pretty good episode. Maybe not the greatest. We find out that Dr. Light ends up, you know, taking all of her clothes off and like going invisible and getting out of the she snuck out. Well, she didn't sneak out. She tricked Cisco into leaving her go. I was like, why are you opening the thing? Because it was like a sealed container. I was just like, where is she going to go? I mean, how is she going to get out? So, um, and then she gets out. So she's like running around out there with nothing on or something. I don't know. Where did she go? That's the one thing I'd like to know is where did the actual Dr. Light, where did she go? I mean, but they ended up getting Linda Park from this Earth One, to help out with trying to trick Zoom into coming here so they could trank him or whatever. That whole thing where they're like trying to like stage this like fight or whatever was just so terrible. I was like, wow, this is pretty bad. But it was supposed to be bad. And the way they did it was just like, I was just like laughing. I was like, wow, that it's so bad. It was funny that they were just terrible. So I liked that part. I thought it was funny. I'm going to kill you, Barry, or something. It was very, very comic book type talk, so that was fun. Um, and the, throughout that whole thing, and it didn't work, and it was just like, wow. I mean, you had some scenes in there with Patty Spivot, which I like Patty Spivot a lot. I like her more than Iris. Sorry, but I do. I like her more than Iris now. I really do, and for me, I like Barry and Patty together. I think they work well together. I really do. And I can't wait until he reveals, or has her come into the fold of maybe helping out with everything. Um, I think that would be awesome. I think that I really wish they would get to that point because she's like snooping around. She's trying to get Joe to reveal what his secret is because she knows he's hiding something and she knows that Barry's hiding something because they both were leaving at the same time. She's like, okay, but so I can't wait until he reveals that, hey, I'm the Flash, and hopefully they'll get to that soon. It might have something to do, something dire happens to her that where he needs to help her, and um, but who knows? I mean, I hope that he gets her to come in to the team, help out. Uh, so that'll be cool. But I like Patty. I really did. Um, but and Linda too. I mean, I actually like Linda too. I think it was kind of like weird that he kind of just like manipulated her by revealing who he was. Though I was like, okay. And that line that she said, oh, I made out with the Flash or something. I don't know. I thought that was a terrible line. I thought that was terrible. I was like, okay, whatever. But he's like, come on. I mean, really, jeez. But I do like Linda a lot. So I like Linda and I like Patty. They're both great. I know that there's been maybe some tease of maybe having Wally West come in, so maybe that's why they're saving Linda, for Wally when he comes in at a later time, so they'll keep her around. But I did think it was kind of weird that Iris basically just said she was willing to put Linda in danger like that so easily. Um, it did seem a little weird to me that why would she do that? But it didn't really bother me too much. It was kind of strange though. Um, so yeah, everything was solid. I mean, Dr. Wells again, Tom Cavanaugh, great. He's got this weird like jerk attitude. I mean, he's a dick. I mean, he's a dick, man. He's a jerk. I actually like him a lot more. I actually like him more now than I did last season. I really like, that Dr. Wells Eobard Thawne thing going on last year was awesome as well. But this Dr. Wells here he's on a mission and he's no nonsense. I mean, that whole scene with him and Cisco, he was like, "Don't touch me," and you're just like, "Whoa," that was like intense there. But then Cisco finally finds out that Zoom has his daughter. So that was weird. Though. It was just like, well, how is he projecting to see Zoom and the daughter? I mean, how is he seeing that? I mean, I guess maybe there's like a connection with Wells and his daughter, so maybe that's the connection there, that he can see Zoom and he can see the daughter. I don't know. There's got to be like an explanation there. Um, so they finally established that he's actually not here to kill Barry. He's here to capture Zoom, and well, that didn't work out, did it? So that was cool. Hopefully, we'll get more in that. Maybe he'll open up a little bit more, you know. Um, but yeah. What else, guy? I mean, what else can I say other than I was like, well, this episode was okay. I mean, it wasn't the strongest. Then when Linda was getting ready to leave the news uh, building, the news station, I was like, something's gonna happen. She goes out the door and bam, this face. I was just like, whoa. Zoom looks totally awesome. And I was like, well, okay, there's going to be a fight. I had no idea that it was going to be that awesome. I mean, when Barry was like zipping around the building and Zoom was just like watching, like, boy, you're pathetic. I mean, he wasn't impressed at all. And then he caught that bolt and just threw it, which was just like ridiculous. I was like, wow. I mean, how is that even possible? But he threw the bolt of lightning and just chaos ensues. The whole scene, those scenes were him zipping around town, going to the news station, going to the police station, going back to um, the hideout or whatever, Star Labs. That was insane. I mean, him just parading this. I mean, when he was like beating the crap out of him, just like like a thousand fist punch or something. Insane. And him just carrying around this like husk, and like going to the police station and holding up the flash, and Joe seeing that, and Joe knows what's going on. He just, the look on his face is just like in shock, and then him catching all the bullets and then just opening his hand and like all the bullets falling. I was just like, wow, that's badass. I mean, this guy is terrifying. And then he zips to the news station and everybody's taking pictures. And then Iris knows what's going on as well and sees Barry and just in shock. And the shock on their faces was just priceless to me. I was like, wow, that sold it right there. And then he goes back to Star Labs and just rips off the mask, and is just like, to him, Barry was like nothing, was a child in the hands of like a god man almost. I mean, it's just like a nightmare. And I think everything that sold it too was the voice. That voice was amazing. I really like the modulation in the voice, and the whole suit, everything's black, even the eyes. I mean, it was just awesome. I, I really liked Reverse Flash from last year. I thought that was very cool. But man, Zoom is on a whole nother level of badass. Um, and I'm even surprised Cisco he was getting ready to kill Barry. I mean, he stuck his hand like in Barry. I don't know if he siphoned like his speed force from him, but whatever he did messed him up big time. But he didn't catch that serum or whatever that Cisco shot, which I was surprised. Like, wow, I'm surprised he didn't catch that. But I don't know what he did. I think he like siphoned the speed force from him or something's up there. I mean, like he did with Jay Garrick. I mean, he took it from him as well. So, and now Barry is like, he can't feel his legs. What's going to happen there? I mean, we can't, I don't think they're going to sit out Barry for the rest of the season. That would be insane. So maybe like an episode. You would think that they would try to establish something within that episode or two. So because if you've seen the preview for next week, I mean, we get this amazing, awesome third act of with Zoom at the end of this episode, which made it my favorite ending of any episode they have ever done. It was awesome. And now next week, if you've seen the previews for next week, we get Gorilla Grodd is back. So that's going to be awesome as well because Gorilla Grodd is very awesome as well. Very cool seeing Gorilla Grodd. And somebody I heard somewhere that wouldn't it be awesome if Caitlin, because I think there was like a picture or something I seen of like Caitlin talking to Gorilla Grodd. I think she was nice to him at one time, or he remembers that or something. Wouldn't that be awesome if they could convince Gorilla Grodd? Because he's got to be even smarter now than what he was. I mean, he's intelligent. So it would be awesome if they could get him to help fight Zoom. That would be just insane. All right, but we will see. We will see. I mean, we're going. They're going to have somebody help with Zoom, just like he had help with Reverse Flash. I mean, it seems like he can't do all this on his own, so he's going to have to get somebody to help. He's got to get Oliver, the Green Arrow. He's going to have to establish maybe the whole team of the Arrow has maybe to help out. They're coming up very close to this new show, Legends of Tomorrow. Maybe they can get the help of them, like the Atom or White Canary or something to that effect. Gorilla Grodd, maybe. I mean, that would be. He's going to have to maybe Firestorm too. I mean, they're off doing their own thing, but you think that they would come back if Barry needs this help, and now that they know he's like he got his ass handed to him, it's probably going to be on the news everywhere. So everyone's going to be worried, like what's happened to the Flash. So you would think that he would have to have all these friends, everyone he knows to come in to fight this, nightmare of a super villain, which is awesome because Zoom is cool. Very cool. But yeah, guys, I really enjoyed this episode. I mean, it was going by. I was just like, wow, this episode was okay. It was fun, but it wasn't the greatest. But then it shot to like a 10 or 11 by the end with Zoom. And it's my favorite ending of any episode they have done. So very cool guys. But that will do it for me for this video, guys. I've talked enough, but anything that you guys might have want to hit on, talk about that I might have missed, please write in the comments below. But that will do it for me for this video, guys. Please give a like as well. But that will do it for me for this video, guys. I'm Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.